I built that house just for my wife and those two angels jumping there. The house should be 1 bedroom flat. That's what I really need. But it's 4 bedroom because when we are holding meetings, people will have to stay there. So that was the heart I had. And the money I used to build it was the arrears they paid me after those 4 years. So the man insisted that they should pay arrears. So I now had money to lay foundation. So they did a saving scheme, a very comprehensive saving scheme for me for a very lengthy period. And all that was incorporated in the wisdom of God in administering His purpose in my life. I had no clue. He did all the thinking, did all the strategy, and touched the people at the right time. I was just there to say, my God. I think that's better partnership. You do the thinking, the strategy, and then you meet me when it's time for delivery. Ride on, Jesus. Ride on, Jesus. Ride on, Jesus. So when the resources came, what my heart was set on, yes, I need accommodation. My landlord is always, so, okay, I need accommodation. So, but I have to build something, to believe God for something that will be housing people. Other people can stay with us. We can get people to stay with us that will grow up with us and find their lives. So I was rich in that sense. So when the resources came, we didn't need to pray for how to channel it. It was already there. So when he said labor not to be rich, he's saying don't strive to gather and stock. Because that orientation will expose you. Now, many people in Nigeria, most people that have served in one leadership capacity or the other, has this amount in Swiss bank. You won't die well because you have violated the principle. Are you rich toward God in your heart? That will determine, in the next 5 years, it will determine who has what. That's how it is done in the kingdom. And most of those miracle prophecy that next week a caravan will come, you have known over the years that it is not true. So let's get back to the Bible and work it out. It's not true. If not, some people, nobody should be poor in some churches here. But there are still very poor people that have been poor since. And we need, if we trace the ones that we claim are doing well, you might find out that the principles for their doing well is not founded in God. So that is a violation of the principle. In fact, it's an abomination among the people of God. My God can prosper a man. He can take a man from the dunghill and set him among princes. My God can cause a man that is righteous like Job to the richest man in the East. We need to find out how he does that. One of the ways is that he insists that you must be rich toward God in you. Our land has one of the greatest agro potentials in the entire country, but we rank one of the poorest. The poverty here, in fact, this is one of the places where you don't need a dictionary to know what poverty is. The reason is because we are not rich towards God. We are not men of covenant. Everybody wants money for carnal purposes to squander on our loss. Maybe if you ride a GMC here and block the road, they'll know I have come. That's why you want to stack it for display. So God is not drawn to you. It's not drawn to you. Very strong financial instructions in Scripture. Are you rich toward God? Are you rich toward God? Now, the purpose of this teaching, because for many years I've not taught like this. I think this is the first time since we started this ministry that I'm teaching like this. I don't know why we got here. Maybe somebody came here. It's because of somebody that God is doing this. And I need to say it clearly that I'm not doing this because I expect that you should be bringing offering. If God leads you that way, we will not reject it. But my purpose of doing this is not carnal. If God is the one that sent us, somehow, we don't need to know how He's going to do what He will do, but He will do it at the end of the day. So, I know that God will do it through people, but He will only do it through a man that is rich toward God. These are the issues we need to be talking about when we're talking about financial prosperity. But I don't want to go into that. There are so many issues I found in Scripture. And I found out that what we teach and preach as prosperity is actually mammon. We are evangelists for mammon. Because a man that is controlled by mammon, there are symptoms in his life. There are things like competition, things like envy, things like anxiety. All those symptoms are people that have received inoculation from the doctrine of mammon. Now in Lagos, I don't have a car.